Hey, everybody, we're super excited to introduce a new feature to Teams that everybody's been waiting on. Breakout rooms. That's right. You heard me say it right. Breakout rooms. It's a feature that Zoom's had for a while. The team has been sorely lacking, but as of December, it's been added. And now we are going to take it for a test spin and show you how to use it, and also just kind of go over some best practices and right features and functionality. And there are some things that Zoom doesn't have that they have now introduced. So let's get to it.
Awesome. So I am going to get started with sharing my screen, and we are going to start by creating our breakout room. So if you can see, there is a new icon in the top right-hand corner of our screen.
Exciting.
And right now I am inside a meeting with two other people. And when you create a breakout room, the first thing that's going to pop up is this little window that will help you create however many breakout rooms you'd like, and if you would like the participants to be automatically or manually assigned to each one.
Okay.
So today we are going to do just 2 breakout rooms, but you can go all the way up to 50. So if you have 600 of your closest friends all in a Teams meeting together, there's plenty of rooms for all of them. So automatically is very helpful. If you have more than a couple of people, you don't want to go through assigning all of them, and you don't care who is in each room. But today we're going to show you how manually assigning the breakout rooms looks like. So I'm going to say manually and start creating the rooms. It's going to take a little bit for it to load, but then it's going to show you this new sidebar that you're going to have to the right. This sidebar shows you room 1, room 2, that they are both empty right now. No participants are assigned to either one, and they are closed, which means the rooms are not active right now. No one is inside of them, and they are not open. So when I am assigning a participant, I'm going to click down on this bar, and it's going to show you all of your participants in your meeting. Now, when I assign these people to each room, it is not going to open the room yet. I will have to click a button to start the rooms. But this process is just assigning which person you would like to go to each room. Okay. So I want Bobby to go into room 1. So I'm going to click on his name, assign it, and click room 1. That's going to shoot him over to room 1, and he is happily waiting to be in the room, but not yet in it. Again, you can tell he is still in the main lobby with me because the room has not started, okay? But he will be very excited to be in room 1.
I can't wait. Although it's just called room 1, can we make room 1 a little bit more interesting?
Yes, if you click on these 3 dots to the right, you can click on the rename room option. So we can change this to the cat waxing room. Super interesting.
I want to be a part of that room. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. So then I'm going to change Axiom Demo to assign it to room 2. And now you can see that both of those rooms are ready to go with somebody in it, but they are still closed. So to open the rooms,
Can you add one on the fly?
you can. So that add room button at the top right here in the manage room section,
Okay.
you just click that and it will just generate room 3 for you.
That's
It's
pretty
not
fast.
titled anything specific. It's just going to be titled the number of room it is. So if, let's say, there was already 6 rooms, it would just pop in as room 7.
Okay.
So you can, though, change any of these rooms and rename them in the way that we showed before. Now, room 3, when I click start rooms, room 3 is not going to be open because there's no one assigned into that room. But
Okay.
let's say that somebody comes in later on and you put them in room 3, that room will then open up because somebody is in it. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, what it means when the room is open is that there are people in it and they are actively inside of the room. Okay. So I'm going to start the room and show you what this looks like. So here they go. we're off to the races.
Let's see who gets kicked out first. Me or
I
Axiom
know.
Demo.
So it is going to show you that the person is leaving in your lobby as they leave. Um, and you'll see that in just a few seconds under Bobby's
Oh,
name. Oh,
I was
there
first.
it is. And then Axiom Demo is going to be next. They usually go through the rooms. So all the people that you assign to room 1 usually leave first. But
Okay.
it's not by a lot. But
But there is a
maybe
little
if
bit of
you
a
had
lag.
50, maybe if you had 50 rooms, it'd be a long time from room
Okay.
1 to room 50. But just for like 3 to 4 rooms or 3 to 8 rooms,
Now,
it's not really that big.
now, something I did notice is you haven't been assigned to a room. So what about you as the
Yes.
organizer? And then
So this,
also, what about the fact that you are an organizer? Is there something different about you than everybody else?
yeah, so I can do this. Nobody else can.
Oh,
So
so
this is something that is cool and also not cool. Which team seems to do that a lot. I don't know
yeah.
how they do that, but they do. So it's cool because I have the only access because I am the organizer of the meeting. What does it mean to be an organizer of a meeting? It means that you created it. Okay.
Okay.
So
Because I'm an admin in my Office 365
doesn't
container,
matter.
but yeah, but I don't have that icon on mine. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It only the person who makes the meeting. That's interesting. Can you assign that to someone? Is that
Nope.
no? So that you can assign that right in Zoom. So that is a kind of a tally
Yes.
for Zoom still, but I'm
Mm,
sure Teams will correct that in some new release coming up.
I think they will. Another thing about being the organizer of a meeting, you are not assigned to any breakout room and you're not going to be listed under the participants section to be assigned. And the only way that you can join a meeting is if you click on the 3 buttons to the right of a meeting and you click join room. Now you can't join until you have started the rooms. So you click the start button and then you can choose which room you would like to go in and you will join that room. Now something that's really interesting when you join a room, it's going to create another window and I'll show you what that looks like. Just like this. It's a whole new window and now I'm inside this meeting with Bobby. And if you look at the previous main lobby, I'm on hold and I'm inside of a new meeting. I have all of the access that I would normally have in a meeting as the organizer. So, what does that mean? That means that when I look at my participants, I can change who can talk, make them an attendee, spotlight them, and all of that stuff. But I have to be inside the meeting with them to change their privileges.
And let
Okay.
me add that an I am a admin
Admin.
inside of my Office 365 container, but because she's the organizer of this meeting, she has those rights. Because when I go to click on it and hit the tilde next to other people's names, I don't have any permission to change anything, which I
Mm-hmm.
think is pretty interesting. So it seems like when you start doing these kinds of things, rightfully so, in my opinion, the organizer now has full control, and you can leave those meetings and go into others and change the status, I guess, and
Yes.
permissions. Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. So somebody who's an organizer can easily pop in, pop out of every meeting, check on things, how they're going, and then easily just leave by the click of a button and I'm gone. And then I can resume being back inside the lobby. So it's
Okay.
super easy to jump back and forth. And I think it's really cool that you have the access to do that. This is a lot smoother than how Zoom's is.
Okay.
It's a lot
Are
more.
are there some features in this that Teams has that Zoom doesn't?
Yes. So the last thing that I wanted to show you guys is one of the coolest features that I think they added to breakout rooms. And this is the announcements. So when you click on these 3 dots up here, and again, this left side that I brought up is just that breakout rooms button that I've clicked on. You click on the top 3 little buttons right here, and there's an option to make announcement. This is going to be something that you can type to everyone all of the rooms, and they are going to get a big announcement inside their chat. When you are the organizer, you have access to see each room's chat. And what I mean by that is Teams has created a new chat for each room.
Oh.
So they're going to be, the chat's going to be titled whatever you titled the room. And the organizer is going to see all the chats, but the person who is assigned to each room is only going to see their room that they were assigned to. So they're only going to see one chat. Okay.
So that helps with moderating, right? So if you wanted to moderate different chat conversations in that room. Now,
Yes.
obviously, you're not going to hear what everybody's saying, but you could at least see what they're chatting about.
And you know that they're getting their work done, or whatever is happening correctly, which is pretty cool. So if you look to the left of your main Teams window, you're going to see those two rooms have their own chats, and I have access to both. So, Axiom Demo has said something back to me. I have sent an announcement, which is going to be in that lettering that I was talking about before. And also, Bobby has sent something to me. But Axiom Demo and Bobby do not see what each other's saying. Only I can see. So that is something that is super cool and very useful.
Yeah.
Also, Zoom does not do that. So that's really cool.
Well, and also you might be a little surprised if you had 15 rooms. You're going to see 15 chat conversations pop up all at once it spins those up.
Yeah, if you don't want it, then you should probably not be the organizer, because that's gonna that's gonna fill up your whole bar. So yeah, so I guess it's a positive, and there's a lot of negative to it as well.
Well, that's probably why it's taking a little bit of lag, why it's kicking people out. It's because it's creating those new chat channels and other things like that for this communication to work.
Right.
Very interesting.
So what did you think of these new breakout rooms?
I love them. I think it pretty much is a slam dunk for Teams. They finally pulled up right next to Zoom in that category of breakout sessions. It's kind of interesting. They gave you a nice thing that you don't have in Zoom, at least that I'm aware of, is that announcement feature, which is really banging. But the other thing that I'm just feel like is lacking is the ability to assign additional permissions, because perhaps it's going to be a larger activity or event that people are going to be attending, and you want multiple people to help with the responsibility of just kicking people into those appropriate groups. Because I know that we volunteer in some nonprofit organizations where they utilize that quite a bit, and having additional moderators to help facilitate that is pretty important.
Agree. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed learning more about this new feature, Breakout Rooms, and I hope that you guys will now test this out and see what you think of it, and comment down below if you guys have used this feature or if you're going to use it in the future because of this video. Let us know what you think about the new Breakout Rooms. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Hey, thanks so much for watching our video. Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to our channel for more content. Bye.